To find the difference quotient, you must find f of x plus h and f of x. In this situation, f of x plus h is you take the value of 4, you multiply it by something, and you minus 5. That something is x plus h. Now we'll simplify. 4x plus 4h minus 5. F of x was given to you, so f of x equals 4x minus 5. The difference quotient is f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. We'll substitute f of x plus h with what f of x plus h is. So in this situation, 4x plus 4h minus 5. Then we need to subtract the entire quantity of f of x. F of x is 4x minus 5. And then we must divide the entire thing by h. To simplify this, you just distribute the negative. So we have 4x plus 4h minus 5 minus 4x plus 5 all over h. You notice that 4x and negative 4x cancel, and negative 5 and 5 cancel. So you're left with 4h over h, and now the h's cancel, and the answer for this difference quotient problem is 4. Once again, to find the difference quotient, you must find f of x plus h and f of x. In this situation, f of x plus h is, you take a value, you square it, you subtract 5 times that same value, and you add 2. In this situation, that value is x plus h and x plus h. Simplifying this is a little bit trickier. You must first FOIL f of x plus h. You also need to distribute this negative, so you have minus 5x minus 5h, plus 2. Now this FOIL becomes x squared plus hx plus hx plus h squared minus 5x minus 5h plus 2. When it's completely simplified, it's x squared plus 2hx plus h squared minus 5x minus 5h plus 2. F of x, once again, was given to you, but we'll rewrite it. F of x is x squared minus 5x plus 2. The difference quotient is f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Once again, f of x plus h is given by this entire simplified expression. So f of x plus h is x squared plus 2hx plus h squared minus 5x minus 5h plus 2. Now we have to subtract the entire quantity of f of x. Once again, f of x is up there. F of x is x squared minus 5x plus 2. So minus x squared minus 5x plus 2 all over h. When you simplify this by distributing this negative, in the numerator, you have x squared plus 2hx plus h squared minus 5x minus 5h plus 2, all minus x squared plus 5x minus 2, and the whole quantity is over h. Now, what cancels is x squareds, negative 5x and positive 5x, positive 2 and negative 2. And you're left with 2hx plus h squared minus 5h all over h. That h is the denominator for every single one of those terms. So you have 2hx divided by h plus h squared over h minus 5h over h. When you cancel the h's, your final answer for the difference quotient is 2x plus h minus 5. To find the difference quotient here, practice 5a is similar to example 5a. You need to find f of x plus h and f of x. F of x plus h. In this particular situation, you take 5, you multiply it by something, and you minus 1. That something is x plus h. When you simplify that, it becomes 5x plus 5h minus 1. F of x has not changed. F of x is 5x minus 1. The difference quotient is f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. We will substitute f of x plus h is the same as 5x plus 5h minus 1. So we have 5x plus 5h minus 1 minus the quantity of f of x. We're going to put f of x in parentheses. F of x is 5x minus 1 all over h. Now you're going to distribute this negative. So you have 5x plus 5h minus 1. Now for that negative distributing, negative 5x plus 1 all over h. Your 5x and your negative 5x cancel, and your negative 1 and your 1 cancel. And you're left with 5h over h. The h's can cancel, and your answer for this difference quotient is 5. Practice 5b is similar to example 5b. Once again, we must find the difference quotient, f of x plus h and f of x. In this situation, our f of x plus h, we have 2 minus a quantity squared. Once again, that quantity is x plus h. When simplifying this, you have 2 minus the quantity x plus h times x plus h. We must FOIL that. Now this is a little bit trickier because you also have to do 2 minus the quantity of this FOIL. So we're going to FOIL this. It becomes x squared plus hx plus hx plus h squared. 2 minus the quantity x squared plus 2hx plus h squared. Once we have completed that FOIL, now we're going to need to distribute this negative. So we have 2 minus x squared minus 2hx minus h squared. That's f of x plus h. F of x is 2 minus x squared. Now for our difference quotient. Our difference quotient is f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. In this situation, f of x plus h is 2 minus x squared minus 2hx minus h squared. So we have 2 minus x squared minus 2hx minus h squared minus the quantity of f of x, and f of x in this situation is 2 minus x squared all over h. In simplifying the numerator, we'll rewrite 2 minus x squared minus 2hx minus h squared. Now we'll distribute this negative. So we have minus 2 plus x squared all over h. When we simplify, Our 2 and our negative 2 cancel. Our negative x squared and our x squared cancel. And our result is negative 2hx minus h squared over h. Now this h goes to both the denominators, so you have 2hx over h minus h squared over h. When you cancel out the h in the first term and the h squared over h, which just becomes h, your final answer for the difference quotient is negative 2x minus h. To find the difference quotient, this is similar to example 5b. First, you must find f of x plus h and f of x. In this situation, f of x plus h is you take a quantity, you square it, you add 7 times that quantity, and then you minus 2. In this situation, we have x plus h, x plus h, x plus h. X plus h squared, you must FOIL. And here you must distribute that 7. So you have plus 7x plus 7h minus 2. When you FOIL it, it becomes h squared plus 2hx plus h squared. I'm doing the simplified version because we've already FOILed it several times. Plus 7x plus 7h minus 2. F of x was given to us as x squared plus 7x minus 2. Now we'll do the difference quotient. F of x plus h minus f of x all over h. F of x plus h is this entire quantity, which is x squared plus 2hx plus h squared plus 7x plus 7h minus 2 minus f of x, which is x squared plus 7x minus 2. So remember, it's the quantity. So x squared plus 7x minus 2. And then the entire quantity is over h. So we can rewrite the f of x plus h as x squared plus 2hx plus h squared plus 7x plus 7h minus 2. Now we'll distribute this negative. So we have minus x squared minus 7x plus 2 all over h. Now in this situation, our x squareds cancel, our positive 7x and negative 7x, and our negative 2 and our 2 cancel. So we're left with 2hx plus h squared plus 7h all over h. The h goes to all three terms, so we have 2hx over h plus h squared over h plus 7h over h. Now we have the h's canceling in that term. H squared over h just results in h, and 7h over h just results in 7. So our final answer for the difference quotient is 2x plus h plus 7.